All right. What are we gonna do this? Oh, we're gonna have some coffee for sure. Let's. Let's go through a couple coins that I have not looked at yet in the collection. Black glove, love these just because I get all grubby. So it says silver, so I'm guessing they're all going to be silver. What do we have here? 1963. Franklin half. And a pretty good looking 45. Walker. Not a lot of wear there. I don't know how many of these will be Walkers and how many of these might be Franklins. So a 44. let's pull up, because I don't have it. Pop this over here. Just so we can get some mintages here. So let's go back here real quick. I gotta move this over to there. All right, so what was this? This was a 45. Kinda. $45p, 31 million. And what are we looking at? This one, 44. Probably a 44p, 28 million. That is an older one. 1917. Definitely got the 17 wear on it. Take a check here. All right. Let's see if we can. Probably Philadelphia there. About 12 million. Investable collectibles. Warning, my man. So if that's a Philadelphia, which I'm thinking it is because I'm not seeing them in Mark. We're talking about 12 million on that one. Well, it looks like Philadelphia. So I think we're right in saying Philadelphia in all of these so far. Oh no, wait a minute. This one. This is a Denver. So the 45 was a Denver. I might change it a little bit. That's only 9 million. So that's in good shape yet. There's a lot of strike left on that one. What's the next one? We were looking at a 43. 43 Philadelphia from the looks of it. 43 Philadelphia, about 53 million. these all going to be walkers? These are all probably going to be walkers. 42. Philadelphia. 47 million. Is that a 43? It looks like a 43 to me. Yeah, I'm going to say 43. Another Philadelphia. Oh, here's something different. Here is a 63 Benjamin. So drop it. I suppose we can go over. Let's go look at Franklin's quick. In mintages here, what did I say this was? A 63. Well, if it's a 63P, we're at 25 million. That's a P. Another 25 million. Alright, looks like some walkers coming again. $44. $9 million. After I noticed my mic is muted. Let's see. 43. 43P is what I'm guessing here. That's a 53er. Couple coins left in this. Here. So what was the old one so far? 17? Oh, there was a 17. I don't know where I put it. Is this the 17? That's our old one right now. 17 and probably more likely a P. Looks like we got some Kennedys may be coming. 41. $41p. I don't know if we've found a 41p yet. 24 million. Here's a Kennedy. 64. Really good shape. So good shape Kennedy. These will I'll have to put these under the microscope for errors later. Another Walker. 43. Yeah, these all were these were in my grandfather's collection that we inherited, so this is the first time I've gone through basically this, which looks like it's ending up to be mostly Walkers from the 40s. Here's a 45. I don't know if you were in here when I hit the one 1917. So that's a D. 45D. Oh, that's one of the lower mintages, 9 million. 45. It seems like he grabbed and kept a bunch of 40s for sure. That looks like a P. 45P. 31 million. Looks like we might have a couple Kennedys here. 64. Looks like we're going to end it with two Kennedys. That might go to grading. Keep muting my mic here. Definitely looks like it's got 17 wear for the old one. Then a bunch of mid to early 40s. Some low mintage ones for sure. I set this one aside because it was low mintage. 45D. Yeah, 45D is a 9 million. So I was kind of holding this tube to kind of wait to get through it, and I figured, well, this morning's good as time as any here. And a couple Kennedys. Two Ben Franklins, and let's see, 4 Kennedys, and I don't know, probably a dozen or more Walking Liberties. I don't know if the camera even really does this Kennedy justice. Wow. Like I said, that probably goes in my Excel sheet as a grading candidate. All right. Mute again. I think I'm good now. I should be coming through now. The empty pan. Good morning. At least my OBS says I'm coming through now. So I picked up a handful of nickel rolls. I don't know, it was a while back. I think about what did I spend? I spent $100. I think I got $50 in nickels. I think they were split evenly between bankroll and customer roll. So every now and then when I go on live, we'll hunt a couple rolls. Let's do the customers first, just because I think it's probably where you're going to find less. Just because you ain't going to, I always assume customer rolls are, for the most part, going to be searched. So, we'll see what we got here in these couple rolls. Where do I gotta go? That's gonna want a 93. See if we get anything that's worth hanging on to. I'm gonna try to see these in the screen and not go through my magnifying glass. 75. $95. 23. I don't look like there's anything extremely old in those. Yeah, I just got my grading account with PCGS. There's a 64. I tend to kind of put aside anything that's in the 60s. That kind of goes into my collection. And then 70s and later kind of get recycled back to the bank. 84. 2000. 19. 71. But I've got I kind of got I'm building up a small handful of stuff that's got to go to grading. What I've got too is I've got rolls of these 2009 Lincoln pennies that he also kind of just squirreled away. These are uncirculated, obviously. That I want to see if I can find some that are worth sending in. I don't know if I'll go through those on a stream or not, because that's kind of a little bit more of a boring hunt, because they're all 2009 pennies. I'm just kind of looking for stuff that has possible great ability. There's another 64. So when I have a coin like this, does the year kind of show up okay screen wise? For, like I said, I keep anything probably in the 60s, just kind of put it in my 60s pile. 11. 22. I'll check like the dates for possible errors later. I just figured this morning I'll go through some. Couple rolls. That's an 02, that's an 02. Uh, 1990. 78. If there's something that's really worth putting under the microscope, we will. 63, there's a 63. So, like I said, there ain't much to the 60s really. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of like my cutoff decade for where I tend to keep things and don't keep things. 91. 78. Yeah, let me know, Investable, if, like, as I'm showing coins on screen here, if the date is at least kind of showing up for you guys to be able to see. 98. 64. And I think I like 64 particularly because I like the 64 Chevy trucks. So I'm like, I'm going to say the 64s. Used to have a 64 Chevy truck until I sold it to my dad. 16. There's a, well, that's got the end roll of death. Three customer rolls and 3 bank rolls. I could continually mute this mic. Either that or my my system's muting my mic on its own. Oh, it looks like it might be an older one in this one. I don't expect to find much out of customer rolls. It's just something I don't, because you got to figure customer rolls. If they're a coin person, they've probably searched them. Let's go right to this. What looks like it's an older one. No, 2001. And did I say good morning, coaches? I thought I said good morning. 84. $11. Actually, I hadn't been streaming for a while because I went through another week of catching some type of bug. I don't know what it was. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time even in the office down here. 22. Don't look like there's anything really old in here, but we can grab a 60. That's a find on the channel. Not a bad shape. 88. 71, that did kind of look like it had a little bit of age to it. 91. Six. And I do set aside anything that I hit that's like a 2024, 1990. Like a good shape 24 or 25. But I don't know if you were in here or not there, coaches. My cutoff for like keeping a nickel, or almost any coins is the 60s. I keep anything in the 60s, and then anything beyond that typically gets recycled back in the bank. A nickel ain't worth a dime anymore. I watched a video last night actually, of one a streamer. Well, he doesn't stream. I think he does mostly videos. He streams occasionally, and we'll do like live discussions with other collectors that he's friends with and stuff. But he did a video last night about how there is legislation now to stop the minting of the penny. So how long it takes before that goes through, you know, there's a 23, but just not really. Usually you should still be able to find some full steps on 23s. But no real reason to keep it. So I would guess we are going to see in the next handful of years, 77, the penny actually disappear as far as being minted. So starting to lean towards keeping a lot of the pennies. Almost anything in reality. 90. 11. 66. So there's that ain't a bad looking 66. I don't think the camera probably does most of these coins justice, but that's still got some sheen to it for a 66. Let's make sure I'm looking at it right. Yeah, that is definitely a 66, so that gets kept. I don't know, like I said, I don't know why I keep the 60s. It was just kind of like where I wanted to make my cutoff for dates that I keep. 7. Getting close to 09. 99. Alright, one more. Another 77. One more customer roll, and then we'll go to the bank rolls here. These a little more where legitimately I think you typically can find a little bit more. Just like I said before, I don't know, my mic might have been muted too, but I just have a general feeling that customer rolls, you are looking at stuff that probably was searched. $77. I mean, it might not. These might not have been searched. I mean, you know, because I am hitting the 60s and stuff, but everybody seems to like have their cutoff dates or where they save and stuff. And a lot of people don't save things from what I've watched on YouTube and the other people I watch. A lot of people don't save anything that's like 60s. You know, so like their cutoff is they save everything in the 50s. Yeah, it's still in production now because they're still minting. There's a 2005, not the buffalo though. There's that speared buffalo to look for. He was talking about legislation from a legislator in Michigan who is introducing the bill to discontinue it probably in the next couple years. 19. there's a definite spot here in the camera where it's like it focuses the date well and then doesn't. $2,000. Last couple customer rolled ones, and then maybe we'll even do a roll of dollar coins, just because I got a couple of those rolls too when I bought these. 2001. 80. There's a better looking one. Probably 20, late 20, early 2020s, I'm guessing. 21. Oh, that looked older, but it definitely is not. That's just a well-circulated 21. As I drop one. Not a single 24 yet. A lot of the coin guys I watch on YouTube will save 2024s because of the short printage or mintage. Not that it's extremely short. There we go. There's a 63. $11. 17. There's another 64. So 60's the best we're going to probably do on these three customer rolled stuff. 2020p. 99 or 96. I don't know what that one really was. 89. There's another 64. Another 64. So I'm adding to my 60 hoard. 11. Another 64. So this right here almost makes it feel like these customer rolls probably were searched to some extent. 95. Is that a 63 or an 8? That looked like a 3 to me. 63. Another 64 in that roll. And in it with a 14. Alright, so let's move to the 3 bank rolls. Let's see if I can. Probably have to do it with the old knife to get it started. I always feel like the bankrolled ones are definitely where you have a better shot at coming across something. Not always, but 2007, so maybe a 2009 in here. There's an ender. At some point it was an ender. $14. 91. There's a 2005. There's a buffalo. I don't know if... does not look like there's any spear on that one. $95. $92. 14. 16. 99. 22. 85. 14. At 88 or 85, 83. Hard to see, but I think it's definitely in the 80s. 83. 22. There's a nice looking one. What is it? 23. I figured that was going to have to be 23 or 24 to still have that look to it. 22. 16. 78. So at this point, the customer rolls actually had older coins in it. The only 1960 coin I've pulled so far is from the customer rolls. There's a 60. Is that a 3? Yeah. So I'm going to separate these out just to see where we pull the most 60s or older. $94. 15. 2001 looks like there might be an old one, but I don't know if that's old or not. We'll see. 23D. We'll leave that older looking one for the last one of this. 95. 76. And not a bad looking one. 18. 1990. This was the ender, I believe, with the roll on the end. 22. 96. 95. This is the one that I'm thinking might be older, or it could just be a coin that's a 2005 Buffalo. Don't look like there's a spear, at least not without the microscope. Typically, from what I've seen and understand, you can see that spear without a microscope most of the time. That one looked like it could have had some age to it, but it was 98. 95, and this is the one I thought might be old, and it's almost hard to tell. 98. All right. 2 more bankroll. Two more rolls of bankrolled nickels. Nothing looks extremely old coming out of the gate. 64 though. That was the coin that kind of got away from me there for a second. 15. I think this is a 6. Just from the back, yeah. That was a 6. 11. 76. 86. 22. 61. There's another 60. So we're starting to get some 60s. 60s are picking up a little bit. Oh, 64. 80. 70. So this roll here actually seems like it might have a little more age to it. $75. 2005. $84. Really just whatever I kind of find. I don't have anything specific in mind. I mean, you're always looking for the real old ones or the 2009s or the 2024s. But like my keep threshold is anything in the 60s. So, and then anything beyond that, or unless, well, I'll eventually go through all of these. You know, if this, like, this is a 2003? So I'll check and see if, like, there's a known error on a 2003, and if there is, I'll check that. But I usually do that off stream, because it takes a little bit more time to. And I mean, you'd always love to get, you know, a war nickel. That one looks like it's in really good shape there. 23, maybe a 24, or it's just a good 2020 something. Yeah, 2022. Probably still got full steps. Is this one that got away from me? Is this a 60? No, that one was a 22. It must come out of that roll. 96. There's a 68, so keep that. Like I said before, most people cut off their keep threshold at the 50s, so they keep anything in the 50s and essentially throw back anything that's in the 60s, but I moved mine to the 60s, just 82. Is that 14? That's 14. $90. One more bankroll, and then I think we'll do a couple dollars just for fun. Like I said, I got about, 20 rolls of bankrolled nickels and another 20 rolls of customer rolled nickels. So at some point through the streams, we'll get through them all. couple rolls each morning I go on or something. '91, just one that's seen better days. '98. $2,000. 73. I think there might be some older ones in this row. So that's got, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that one almost looks like it was shaved down. Well, it's got some nice toning on the backside, but it definitely is, it's gone through something. Because it's almost like it's scraped. Oh, can we get a year off of it? 93 it looks like. And I do like the toning on the back of it though. But unfortunately it has been damaged. '82. 70. 64, so there's another 60 out of this 3. I still think the customer rolls are going to beat the bank rolls as far as what I've set aside and kept. 75. $12. Oop. 2000. Not a single 2009. 94. 90. 22. 2004. But I think there's some errors on the obverse of this, but I'll have to look when I send it through my error check. 99. A 97? Yeah, that looks like a 97. 78, maybe. Without looking close. Just a well-worn 20-something. Well, it could be in the team. It's a good-looking 22. Still got plenty of luster to it. 88. 90. 11. So probably the nicer looking 89, but it was definitely, I think it was a bankroll one with that scratch over the, or an ender. So let's see, 1, 2, 4, 6 1960s out of the 3 bankrolled, and 2, 4, 6 8, 10. So 12 out of the customer rolls. So the 60s actually did better on the customer rolls. Alright, so I got $2 rolls where obviously you're going to get the Sacagaweas, maybe presidential. So we'll go through and see what's in here and see if there's anything. I'm going to switch over. My other screen there to being able to look at the mintage. I think a lot of these are probably going to be edge. Edge date Sacagaweas. So the Cheerios possibility comes from the 2000P. So like right there. But there's no way to know if it's a Cheerios without putting it under the microscope. I guess if you had a really, really good one, you could see detailed tail feathers, but it's much easier to just put it under the microscope. Looks like a Warren D to me. Which is that's, what does it say? 518 million minted on that one. There's a Susan B. Anthony, 99. D. Thought I saw a couple presidents come out of this roll. There's a president. George Washington. So the 2012s is when these essentially went NFIC. And there's some errors on some of this side. Stuff to look for, but it's hard to do if, especially through the screen I'm looking at and stuff. Looks like another D. Yeah. A nicer looking Van Buren. I'm going to switch over to the presidents here. An 8D, 2008 is when Van Buren was. Yep. 50 million. Another 1D. Hey, there's a Lincoln. I do not know off the top of my head when Lincoln was minted. It's like 2010D. $48 million. Harrison. $2009D. Oh wait, that's not Harrison. $55 million. And who's this? Buchanan? Looks like it might be a P to me. Hard to tell. Jefferson. I'm guessing Jefferson was probably one of the early ones. Yes, Jefferson was done in 2007, which was the first year of them from the looks of things. Thousand in D. What did they do in D's? 102 million. So another Jefferson. Just kind of looking to see what these are, and then if there's any noticeable errors on it that don't look like it maybe is damage. Adams. James Madison. So, not as many well, we're getting into some more Sacagaweas here. That looks like a 2000, possibly a P. Nope, a D. I was wrong. That's a D. Jefferson, another Jefferson. Another Lincoln, a better shaped Lincoln. I'm gonna say that the striking me as a D. Johnson. When was Johnson? Andrew Johnson. $2011D, so just before they went not for circulation. 37 million though. Just before 12. And another Washington, and this is So this is here. This is one of the Sacagaweas, no date, on the obverse, the Native American version of it. Let's pop over here. These dates were put on the sides, and I don't know the mintages of these until I look it up. 2009. Let's see, we can all agree 2009P. 2009P is 2009 is when they started the Native American dollars with with these different backs. 2009P would be, I guess they call it the spread of three sisters. 39 million. So that's a good find in that roll. Just gotta go in my 60 pile. No. As you can see, I've got a pile of nickels that I've gotta get out of my way. All right, let's do one more $25 roll. Looks like a presidential on the end and a presidential on the end. A couple lower mintage ones in the first row. So we got one Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony, everybody kind of hates on the Susan B. Anthonys. I kind of like them. I think they got that old style feel to them. See if we get another Susan B. Anthony in this row. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, looks like we do. Right in the middle. One Susan B. Anthony in the middle. Polk. Didn't get Polk out of the first row. Don't. A lot of these I don't know off the top of my head when they were minted. So Polk was another 2009 P. Which would have put him 46 million. Monroe. I don't think Monroe came out of the first row. There's a Sacagawea. I think that's a D. That's a D. Another Andrew Johnson. I don't know, a lot of people didn't like these dollar coins. I think they're pretty cool. I'll always get a couple rows of these just to crack open and see what you get. Here's a better shaped one. Still got luster. James Monroe. $2008? 60 million. I want to just check this one quick. I don't think it is, but it just doesn't appear to be proof-like enough to be an S. Nah, it's a D. John Adams. That's striking me as a 2000p. Yeah, there's a 2000p where that'll have to go under the microscope and Check those tail feathers. Another one. Like I said, I don't think the detailed tail feathers will show up without putting it under the microscope. Another James Monroe. John Quincy Adams. I don't think we pulled that one in the first one. I don't know if I haven't really bought any $50 rolls. It's probably something I'll do in the future. I just split this buy up into $50 in nickels, and then I took the other $50 and got the 2 rolls of dollars. So here's a 79. Susan B. Anthony. I'd have to look and see which one has got the close date and the far date, but that don't look close enough to me to probably be that one. It might not be the right year either without me looking at it. I'm not a big fan of like the $50 as a whole, as a coin, I guess. You are right, though. I mean, you do have the better shot at... this is actually in pretty good shape for a 2000 P. You do have the shot at the silver and stuff there when you do those. Yeah, these are... I'm going to have to put all these under the true microscope at some point just to run those tail feathers underneath. Another Washington. Let's look and see who the first 2012. We got Chester A. Arthur, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, William McKinley, Theodore Roosevelt, William Taft, Woodrow Wilson is 13. And then you get into some of the, obviously the more recent presidents. You got Reagan and Nixon and Kennedy all in the 2015-16 area. Another P from the looks of it. No, I think that's a D. Yeah, that's a D. Sometimes without putting it under the magnifier, you end up not really being able to tell if there's a tail on that D or not. Here's one I haven't hit yet. I don't think I've pulled this one. Rutherford B. Hayes. Where's this one fall? I am upside down, I believe. 2011 D. So got close. 2011 D, 36 million. Polk. That definitely looks like a P to me. Yeah. Another. Pretty confident that's a P. Just looking through the screen like this. Another Polk. That strikes me as a D without putting it under the magnifier. James Madison. If I remember right, this was a pretty early mint. Yeah, 7. I thought this reminded me of an early mint. What was that? D, so 87 million. And then the last one is another Rutherford B Hayes. So that was the $2 I had for dollar roll. I don't know. I want to do another couple of nickels just for kicks. Looks like I got probably 10 customer rolls and 10 bank rolled. So let's get some of these dollars out of here for the time being. I didn't find it, but my wife gave me them. So she brought home the other day. And she's like, yeah, I found a date bill. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So this will go into the collection, into the bill album. So we got 01/17/1979. So January 17th, 1979. I looked it up to see if there was any famous birth dates associated with the date. And nobody that stood out. So maybe somebody will want that someday. I probably won't list it on eBay anyways, but. And then she gave me a $100 star bill, which I think this is the 8th or 9th $100 star bill that I've saved. I've found more $100 star bills than any other, which I guess on one side is bad because I don't spend them. I kind of save them. This one's got some kind of stamp of some. So does it go through? No. I don't know what that would have referred to. That obviously has nothing to do with the bill, but because I've found so many $100 star bills, it's like I kind of got a secondary little savings going on. It'd be cool to find something other than hundreds, but I guess so be it. I want to say it's at least the 8th $100 that I've found in the last 2 months, maybe. But that's the first true, I guess if you want to call it birth date bill I've ever come across. Come across some that were close and stuff, and I guess I got to give the credit to the wife for finding the actual first date bill that actually truly is a date from start to finish without some type of flaw in the middle of the numbers. All right, let's do a customer rolled. And I've been on for how long? Almost an hour and a half. What we got on the end? We got a 2013 on the end. And maybe we'll call it a morning. I'll have to clean up a little bit of what's going on in here. All right. 96. 74, almost a keeper into the 60s. 91. 95, 93, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Doesn't get kept. 78. 22. I'd like to find a 2009 or the 2024P that everybody seems to be going crazy over. Ooh, that's close. 7. Of course, really to turn the 2024s into any money, you really end up having to put together a roll of them. Then it seems like they're selling on eBay for something anyways. That was obviously an ender at some point with the scratch, circle scratch. 2021D, nice looking, good shape one yet. A lot of luster left in that, probably steps. 68, so there's one. There's a 60. 2023. Next one looks like it might be a little older coming up, unless it's just a well-worn one. 87. 23. We looking at a 68 there? Yep. I don't know why I keep 60s. It's probably ridiculous to do, but... $84. 91. 78? Is that a 78? That's in good shape. That's a 78. Yeah. I mean, probably nowhere near full steps. Nah, they're wore off. $2,004. Ooh, that one's gonna be tough to... 96. A lot of times you get ones you're like, oh, that one looks old, and it's like a 2020 something that has just had a hard life. $74. 80. 2000. 2011. 2022. And the last one of the... What was this? A customer roll? Yeah, 13. All right, let's do the bankroll. And then I think I'll probably call it a morning stream and maybe be on tonight. Jump on tonight and do a couple more of these these nickel rolls. Start getting these off my desk. Ender is a 98. Maybe tonight we'll fire up the microscope and go under the microscope for some. 21. 89. 13 or 18, doesn't matter. Not keeping it. 84. These look like they might be a couple or older coins in there. 72. That's an 08, I believe, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. It's the closest we've come to an 09 yet. 88. 02. 83. 64. There's another 64. So what are we up to? We're up to 364s, right? Let's put them right. Put them right off the side of the other camera there. So there's 360s right there. 87. 10 on both sides of 2009, but can't hit it. 89. 12. 8. Feels like an 09 should be in here. 97. 80. There's a good looking one laying in here though. The camera's probably not picking it up, but let's see if I can get it to pick it up. There's a good looking one in there, but probably, definitely just a newer. What do we got here? I'm off focus. 93 or 95. 15. Another 15. 14. 12. We're going to go to the good looking one here. This is in great shape on the obverse, or on the reverse. 2023. Kind of expected. I might just save that as one of the newer ones. I don't know. 79. 90, 98 or 88? 98. 87. 2001. So I'm assuming these last couple are not going to get us into anything older than the handful of 60s I've found. We'll probably have to go after some older stuff this evening. It looked like it was going to be a 70 something. 73. A 78 or 98? That looks like a 78 to me. That's a 78. $15. This one seemed to have a lot of 15s in it. Kind of a good shape. 89. 10p. 70, no, 95. 2 left. 16p and a 95. All right, I think I got to clean up my mess. So, I have right on an hour and a half for the morning hunt. So, I don't know if anybody's still here. Anybody who popped by this morning and hung out, thank you. Investable Collectibles, Coach's Magic, The Empty Pan. Who else was hanging out? Well, looks like that's what everybody who popped in, I'm guessing. cleaning up the shed? Yeah. I just said that that's what I would like to do between tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday if the weather holds out. We're in an all-day rain here today, so I'm like, I ain't doing anything today. But I just mentioned to the wife, I gotta get in the shed, get the lawnmower out, and get the rider out of the other garage. I may do this again later tonight. Like I said, I got a handful of nickels yet to search some rolls and stuff, so you might see me later tonight, Coach. Only 10:30. It seems later than it actually is. But I'm gonna get another cup of coffee. Probably shoot over to Super Fast Tortoise's 11 o'clock show and watch that. So camera definitely doesn't want to focus too well when I'm moving around. Anyways, like I said, thanks everybody. I don't know, Investable, you're still hanging out or not. Lurking. But I will talk to everybody later. We'll search some more coins. Later, Coach.